Hello fellow pilots, I'm Jak-1 and this is another episode of Let's Fly Conquest, and in this episode I'm gonna show you the gameplay of Jak-1, famous light fighter in World War II. And also I'm gonna talk about number of players, active players in a game. So how many active players we have in World of Warplanes, and we can estimate that because we had just finished the event which allowed us to take a look on the number of players which participate in it. Now, but first thing first, what you see here is Jak-1 in a camouflage of famous ace, Sergiej Daniłowicz Lugański. He have 34 area victories and also been rewarded twice with the Hero of the Soviet Union. So it's a huge achievement. Now, how many players is in this game? So there was an event recently, just finished. So by just getting into the battle you would participate in it, so whether you like it or not. So I took second account, I make the poor passable result to be the last one and to see the number of players. So as you see, and period 1 is basically between tier 1 and tier 4 in the time frame 10th of June to 16th of June, so 6 days, there was over 10,000 players in this game on those tiers up to tier 4. Now between tier 5 and tier 7, including tier 7, there was over 7,800 over players participate in at least one battle to get some result, yeah. And on tier 10 I'm the last one, so it's exactly 5,110 players in a game during this almost a week time, so it's 6 days. So this is actually give us some idea. It's not very accurate because obviously some of those players which play tier 10 also play lower tiers, yeah. But let's focus on these high tier battles because most likely new player won't get so quickly to tier 10. So we going to look on the players which play on tier 10. This is a base of this game basically. So a little bit over 5,100 players participate in a battle during the 6 days, so that give us a rough idea how many players is in this game currently on European server. And if someone is playing, for example, World of Tanks or World of Warships, like for example in World of Tanks, if I log in now to the game, it could be like 40,000 players right now in a game, so you can have idea how small population is in this game, how small player base is in World of Warplanes. But I feel it's growing eventually. It's slowly but surely it's growing, and well, we can check it out that during the next event I'm gonna repeat this test and I will know are this game actually growing or it's just getting smaller and smaller. And in the end of the video I'm also gonna show you the result of that test in North American server, so you can compare the amount of players to the European server and see the difference. Yeah, now gameplay of Jak-1. As you see, I'm on high altitude here, like my optimum altitude is 800 meters only, so this is basically low altitude light fighter. And as you see here, this mosquito should easily get away from me, but he's making a mistake and he's turning. So this is tier 5, there's a lot of new players here, so that would be a explanation for that. And as you see, of course I still can operate on much higher altitude, but I pay for that with my speed and maneuverability, although I have a lot of maneuverability to spare, but speed is the biggest problem for that plane. We don't have that much speed, and boost is also short. So if we compare this plane to any other light fighter at tier 5, we're gonna find out that we are extremely maneuverable, and there are only 3 light fighters which can outmaneuver us at tier 5, and these are all Japanese light fighters. There's also British Vickers Venom, which is premium plane on tier 5, and he have same maneuverability as Jak-1. However, he have a slightly advantage because the stall speed is a little bit lower, so he can use that. But nonetheless, we are most maneuverable light fighter between any other nation than Japanese. We can outmaneuver the Spitfire. Spitfire have 8.6 second average turn time base, and we have 8.3 seconds average turn time it's a base without any equipment and pilot skills, of course. So we use this maneuverability, and the whole key to success in this plane is recognize any other plane which have more firepower, which is most of them at this tier, and do not engage into head-on attack, and try to use your maneuverability. So basically try to get behind enemy as quick as possible, don't wait, make a turn earlier if need, and just get behind someone very quickly. So not that difficult, I would say, but we have to maintain the discipline and do not go too high. Do not chase someone on high altitude where you're gonna stall and you can become a very easy target. So you need to keep that in mind. Try to drag enemy to your altitude, so try to fly lower. They have to come down to you. I know it's a problem sometimes, it's not so easy, it's easier to say than done. As you see here, I'm constantly flying around 1500 meters. But if need, I can dive, and if someone want to fight with me, then have to go down. And if you want to go after heavy fighters, try to keep your extra engine cooling. As you see, I'm doing that here. Yeah, I'm chasing this XP54, not on my altitude. As you see, this is very risky. It's very easy to get killed in that kind of situation, stall or just get slow enough so he can escape and come back to you. And when we don't have a speed, then it's very difficult to dodge enemy heavy fighter. Yeah, so you see, he escaped anyway. So I wouldn't chase that plane. We should work on lower altitude, and we keep boost. If the enemy heavy fighter go down to our altitude to engage us, then we go after him, and we have to very quickly turn after him and give him a chase, and if possible destroy, or at least cause that much damage that he won't be able to come back anytime soon. Now let's take a look on my build. So it would be pretty standard, if not with this exception of reinforced airframe. So that may be unusual, but that gives me extra HP, and this plane needs this a little bit more of this resilience and this HP. That helps a lot, in my opinion, of course. And pilot skills, as you see, pretty standard for light fighters if you have this 7-point skills. As I mentioned, firepower is not the greatest, it's actually one of the weakest, if not the weakest. We do have this armament mounted in a nose section, so it's accurate, and does not overheat too quickly, so this is on a plus. But we can go head-on with Japanese planes. We just need to turn the plane to the left, because we have all this armament in a nose section, and Japanese planes very often have this armament of their in wings. So we can use that, and because we have built for HP pool, yeah, even without this build we still have more HP than Japanese planes, but with this build that gives us extra advantage, which allowed us to go head-on with these more maneuverable light fighters. So that's one of the way how you can deal with them and surprise them. Yeah. We also have better speed, so if we need to disengage, there's also a chance that we can disengage from those Japanese super maneuverable light fighters. And as always, try surprise attack. They are very vulnerable, so they're very easy to set up on fire and just, you know, critical damage and that kind of stuff. But never go into the turn fight, obviously, because it's no way we're gonna win with this highly maneuverable light fighters. But any other plane except the Japanese we can try and go into turn fight. Now what you see here, I dodge this mosquito and I get behind him very quickly, see, in short distance. So that's the timing we need to have in this plane. And now I use my boost. Of course, extra engine cooling was used just to keep up with him, and that gave me a chance to take him out. So that's another kill in a squall line. So this is great opportunity, low HP, XP54. So this is those losses on enemy side are irrecoverable. They cannot get back to the game, and they cannot turn the table in this match. Yeah. So you see, if we need, we can speed up with this boost. So for heavy fighter, I would highly suggest you to keep this extra engine cooling in reserve, like, you know, only use if you have to go after heavy fighter, because that extra 10 seconds of boost allowed you to speed up to almost like 600 km/h in a slightly dive. You can even cross the 600 km/h, so it's enough to give a chase on low altitude for some time to take out the heavy fighter. Of course, in general they are faster and they can try to drag you up, go on high altitude, but still that give us some fighting chance against the heavy fighter. So we need to keep the extra engine cooling for that. And this battle is just about to end. I have 5 chevron battles, so I'm very happy with this result, and it's not easy. Well, this map favor this plane because those sectors are very close to each other, and that helps me a lot to achieve this result. We can cap a lot of these sectors and do there a lot of capture points and points, of course. As you see, I have 7 sector captures and 640 capture points, so this is a very good result for a tier 5 plane which have very low firepower, 120mm cannon and 12.7 heavy machine gun. Okay, that will be it in this video. Just let me show you the results of the test in North American server. So there you go, 3000 players play in a 6 days time on low tiers up to tier 4. At least like 1 battle and very little result, yeah. On period 2 we have 2100 players played this game. So it's very small population of players. This is extremely low, yeah. If you can imagine that currently in some other games there's like 40-50,000 players at this moment, yeah. And on tier 8, 9 and 10, period 3, we have 1138 players, a little bit more than that, but as you see, this is just almost like 5 times less players on North American server than in European server. And that's why very often on North American server we're playing up against bots or 1 against 1 or 2 against 2 players. So that's also impact the matchmaking a lot. It's very difficult to set up the match, equal match against the players if there's not enough players, yeah. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you like it, found it useful, and if so, please leave a like and subscribe for future content. And thank you very much guys, and see you and good luck in the battles.